What's going on, guys? Got another knife review here for you. Today we're going to be looking at the Michael Raymond Estrella. This version is the bare bones basic version. No pocket clip on here. You can get them obviously with pocket clips at no extra charge. This one the one I snagged up, this one just didn't have a pocket clip, so I've just been storing it in this Chris Reeve pouch, leather pouch. Which works actually pretty nicely, but I haven't really carried this one around that much. I do always prefer a pocket clip much more than using a sheath of any kind. This knife, how do I start? Man, this is just an incredibly beautiful knife, amazingly constructed and carried out by Michael Raymond. Nice guy. I talked with him on the phone. Just an amazing quality. A little bit of history behind this one and or this particular knife. Michael Raymond was basically taught how to make knives by Scott Cook. And if you guys know anything about Scott Cook, he used to be a machinist for Chris Reeve. He learned a lot working for Chris Reeve a long while ago. I think back in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, is it that long ago? Correct me if I'm wrong there. But anyway, so Scott Cook eventually went off and built his own company, Scott Cook Knives, and he started making a knife that was very similar to the Sebenza. It looked a lot like the Sebenza, but it was made out of a single piece of titanium, or at least the handles were. So if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was the first integral frame lock design. So again, a handle that's crafted out of a single piece of titanium, and that lock bar is cut out, and I don't even know how they build the tension because there's just lack of space to bend the bar over to build that tension. So must be I'm assuming with heat and things they're able to bend that in to build that tension. But the Scott Cook Laksa is actually one of, I think, at least for me, is one of the most sought after knives out there. The moment it hits the market, similar to these other high-end customs like Rexfords and Southards and Marshes and Monroes, they're just gone like that. Almost no matter what the price, And so anyway, I was actually under the impression that Scott Cook no longer built the Laksa because I never saw them. The books have been closed for years. And so I thought he was just done with making those knives, but obviously if you guys follow Shu Orimoto, he just got his Laksa in, and it was a beautiful, beautiful piece. But he said he had been waiting for 3 years on that knife, and I was like, holy crap, like that kind of wait time is incredible. So good to know though that Scott Cook is still making these knives. He's just completely backlogged forever. So anyway, I had this chance to get this Michael Raymond Estrella because this, I think, in my opinion, is the closest thing outside of getting an actual Laksa to the Laksa. So I decided to just pull it and get this one. Obviously, you can see from the build, this is right in between this small Sebenza right here. I mean, you see the similarities in the blade shape. So the small Sebenza and the large Sebenza right here. This particular model has S30V blade steel. It's got this proprietary pivot. Beautiful. That sun pattern, if that's what it is kind of the logo or the icon for Michael Raymond. Yeah, so you get that on both sides. It does come with a proprietary tool that you can use to adjust the pivot should you need to. But this one is perfection. Perfectly centered, perfect action. I love that sound of the blade closing in the frame. It's awesome, the way the detent sets in. It's got this thumb stud, the tapered thumb stud, that step pattern, similar to the Blur, so it does hug your thumb perfectly as you deploy it. The lockup is perfect at right around 60%. And then you can see right there in the pivot it does use bronze phosphor washers. For the lockup, it's not, obviously it's not an internal pin. That'd be impossible to get in there. So this steel, I'm assuming, just meets up right here with the titanium. So I don't know if that would ever be an issue, if it'll get soft with the steel on a titanium interface, or if, you know, if Michael Raymond actually hardens these parts. It's hard to see on the inside if it's carbidized and whatnot, but I'm under the impression that it's not. So this obviously is not meant to be any kind of hard use or hard user knife. It's very much a gentleman's folder, and one that I plan to keep pristine while I own it. Right here you have a Seamus Author, also a very great knife from Jim Harrison out in St. Louis. I'm definitely very proud to own this knife with my St. Louis heritage, running on IKBS. And then this one, the Lion Steel SR1D, this is the Chad Nichols Damascus version. Obviously the Lion Steel is a production knife that also does, you know, machined one-piece integral titanium frame as well. So but you can see in here, if you look deep, you know, deep into the frame, you see all that milling, all that machining on this knife. There you go. So you see all the lines on the machining. However the drill is cutting away in there, it's not very clean. But if you were to look at the Michael Raymond, his machining or whatever he did to get in there is perfect. It's absolute perfection. So you look at those lines and it just cut out absolutely perfectly. So just very impressive, you know, about, you know, in terms of the quality of this knife. You know, you are able to flick it out, but yeah, I'm not going to. Anyway, what can I say about this knife? It's such a beautiful piece, and I'm very proud to have it in my collection. And I don't know for how long, but it is a beauty for sure. So outside of that, I think that's pretty much it. Really a great piece. If you guys do get a chance to own a Michael Raymond, just give him a call. I actually called him. He said that, you know, even though his books are closed for the most part, he could squeeze you guys in. So I'm still debating whether I want to get another one, especially one with a pocket clip. And obviously you see there's all different kinds of variations that you could put on, you know, use for your blade, whether it's S90 or Damascus steel kind of inlays that he sometimes does on the frame. The one that Shu had was just absolutely amazing. So, you know, check his out, Oromoto, Oromoto. Really cool guy, and just amazing collection. Makes my collection look like crap, honestly. So, yeah. So again, that's the Michael Raymond Estrella. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next vid. Take care. Bye.